Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I thought we would do a quick video looking at some premiums that have been added to the dev server. The first one was in the first update of the dev server, and the dev server was once again updated today. And you can see the two in this picture here. This is the Tiger East, and that is the Tiger West. And basically, they're just Tiger H1s, but with little additions to them, and also our premiums. Now, this kind of is interesting. We've talked about this previously, the idea of adding vehicles like this in different ways. Gaijin have actually even done it in the past, and we'll go through that in this video. But first of all, let's just have a look at the Tigers themselves. First of all, the Tiger Ost, or the Tiger East as it's known in the files, it has a German flag on the back. It also has a bunch of wood on the sides, and this wood is actually modeled, so it's 100mm of additional armor on the sides. So this thing just got a hell of a lot tankier from the side. It also has some additional tracks on the front, meaning that it has additional 30mm worth of armor on the weak spots too, but obviously nothing on that wonderful cupola. So APHE will still be able to destroy it, and this vehicle in general will suffer from stuff like that. You also have some interesting insignias and decals. You obviously have the gun marks, which people have been asking for a long time. You also have the teeth on the end of the barrel and the flag on the back as well. So a ton of decorations added to the vehicle. In terms of everything else, it's basically just a Tiger H1. It has the 88mm, it has the 5-man crew in the middle, it has, you know, the same reload, it has the same BR. Nothing has really changed about it, and I doubt it will. It does have access to smoke grenades, which is quite nice, the 6 launchers on the side here, and it'll just be another premium Tiger that we have in the game. Now, the Tiger West, which we have here, is slightly different. It doesn't have the additional armor on the sides of the other one, and doesn't have any insignias or anything like that, but it has a really cool camo net, and I think we can all appreciate a camo net in this game, especially since they're adding them more and more to different vehicles. You can't take off the camo net though, so that is something that's not possible, and it's just there for kind of your enjoyment. So my idea is obviously that other Tiger is the Tiger East, so from the eastern front, and this is the Tiger West from the western front. So think about like Normandy and also fighting over France and all of that stuff. It has the smoke grenade launchers, but it doesn't have access to smokes unless you unlock them, of course, and everything else, as I said, is basically the same on the vehicle. So overall, nothing different, just cosmetic changes. But both of these are labeled as pack Tigers. In the first iteration of the dev server, this one was seen as a G vehicle, or sorry, this one wasn't in. The other one, the East, was seen as a G vehicle, where this one is the new one. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what's going on with these types of things and what Gaijin is kind of planning for them. Like, so if you don't know about War Thunder's history, you can see how beautiful this camo is, by the way. Isn't that really nice? The thing about War Thunder's history is they have actually done a vehicle like this in the past, and the vehicle was a standard tech tree vehicle, and they did it as a one-off event back in the day. It was the IS-2321. Now, that IS-2 is a culmination of different IS-2s that kind of fought in the Battle of Berlin, and the idea was it was a homage to that type of vehicle, right? So it wasn't a specific one that served, it was one that was kind of a culmination of different pictures, historical pictures, trying to represent all of the vehicles from that area. And I think it did a pretty good job, and the event itself was quite easy, and it meant that you had an extra vehicle that added to your lineups, which was nice. Now, this vehicle is a premium, so obviously, being a premium, it probably won't be that type of vehicle, it won't be that type of event, and my guess is they're going to just kind of sell these as additional ones that you can buy to bolster lineups, and also buy maybe in special promotions around historic ideals. The other part is, we've talked about this before, the way that Enlisted does a lot of their premiums, And a lot of their premium vehicles, they either do, of course, like unique vehicles, that's something that's a bit more new, but one of the ways that they did it, which was really cool, was they would take standard vehicles that were around, and then they would actually end up doing something really awesome. And what that awesome thing was simple. They took the standard vehicles and then added just a bunch of decorations to them, similar to what they do with a vehicle like this. And it basically meant that your vehicle was unique, it was different, it looked kind of cool, but also at the same time it wasn't game breaking, like it didn't do anything in the meta that was different from the one in the standard tech tree. You just had some cool stuff on it. And there's a bunch of vehicles that are like this, by the way, in, you know, enlisted, but also in other areas, which is pretty cool. And I'm hoping that in the future, you know, we can see more of these in. They also, by the way, added an Oswin 2, which has like a camo net on the top of it. I can't get that into the game right now. Don't know why, if there's an issue with it. But here's the other Tiger. Isn't it really cool? Like, it just looks amazing to me. So maybe they can do like events like that where, you know, you can either just buy this vehicle as like a premium, or maybe you could grind this vehicle out by using the Tiger quite a lot, and maybe you can get that additional armor, or maybe you can get that additional setup on it, and it's kind of a mark of you being a Tiger ace in the game itself. You know, the gun mark stuff is something that many have talked about for years of wanting in War Thunder, mainly because it's in World of Tanks, but also in other areas. And having these physical decorations, and also the wood actually making a difference in terms of armor, I feel like is quite a crazy upgrade for a vehicle like this, especially from the side. The Tiger is also a crazy iconic vehicle from the Second World War. A lot of people play or get into War Thunder because of stuff like the Tiger, so selling premium versions of them shouldn't really be a surprise. And the only question is, how are they going to bring it in? I hope it's through an event, or I hope it's through like a set of challenges that you end up getting access to, because it would be just really cool to see, you know, your effort in game be rewarded by getting a unique vehicle or getting a unique tank. But I've got a feeling it's just going to be more of a FOMO vehicle, where it's like, hey, you see this like limited time vehicle here which has some really nice decorations on it, you should pick it up. And then maybe next update they do the same thing with another one, and then so on and so forth. I really hope that's not the case, but at the same time that's kind of how they've done these things in the past. But the main thing is, these aren't technically in the dev server yet, they're in the files, so just make sure to have a look out for them, make sure to have a look out for the news for them, and see what's going on with them. I personally would pick these things up. I really like the look of them, and generally, I know the Tiger gets a bad rap, but it really isn't that bad of a vehicle. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecorvo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.